The success of every business depends on adapting itself to the environment within which it functions. The business has to make the necessary changes to adapt itself to the new policies. Similarly, a change in the technology may render the existing products obsolete, as we have seen that the introduction of computer has replaced the typewriters. With the demand for the latest technology, manufacturers will tap the resources from the environment to manufacture LED TVs and smart TVs rather than collecting resources for color or black and white televisions. Again, a change in the fashion or customer's taste may shift the demand in the market for a particular product. For instance, the demand for jeans reduces the sale of other traditional wear. All these aspects are external factors that are beyond the control of the business. So, the business units must have to adapt themselves to these changes in order to survive and succeed in business. Hence, it is very necessary to have a clear understanding of the concept of business environment and the nature of its various components. Many experts have defined the concepts of business environment in different ways. According to Keith Davis, business environment is the aggregate of all conditions, events, and influence that surrounds and affect it. And William F. Glueck and Lawrence have defined the business environment as the environment which includes the factors outside the firm which can lead to opportunities for or threats to the firm. Although there are many factors, the most important are socio-economic, technological, supplier, competitors, and government. From these definitions, it is very clear that business environment may be defined as the total surroundings which have a direct or indirect bearing on the functioning of business. So, the business environment inserts its impact on business success, scale, vision, and development strategy, having fully understanding about this particular issue, which should be prioritized by the leaders. Once they know about both positive and negative effects within and outside the company, they can produce suitable strategies to handle any predicted and unpredicted situations. Let's try to understand what are the various components of business environment. Now, the business environment is divided into two types: internal environment and external environment. External environment is further divided into two: micro or operating environment, macro or the general environment. Let's see what constitutes this internal environment. The internal factors refers to anything within the company and under the control of the company, no matter whether they are tangible or intangible. These factors, after being figured out, are grouped into the strength and weaknesses of the company. If one element brings positive effect to the company, it is considered as strength. On the other hand, if a factor prevents the development of the company, it is a weakness. So within the company, there are numerous criteria need to be taken into consideration. The forces present within a business organization define its characteristics. The first one is the value system. The value system of an organization means the ethical belief that guide the organization in achieving its mission and objective. Value system of a business firm has an important bearing on its corporate culture and determines its behavior towards its employees, shareholders, and society as a whole. The second one is about vision, mission, and objectives. The objective of all firms is assumed to be maximization of long-run profit, but mission is different from this narrow objective of profit maximization. Mission is defined as the overall purpose or reason for its existence, which guides and influences its business decision and the economic activities. The third is the corporate culture. The corporate culture refers to the belief and behavior that determine how a company's employees and management interact. Corporate culture is the shared values and belief that the organization members hold in common as they relate to each other, their jobs, and the organization. It defines what the firm's personnel believe is important and unimportant and explains to a large degree why the organization behaves the way it does. So, a corporate culture and style of functioning of top managers is very important factor for determining the internal environment of a company. The fourth one is about the organization structure. The nature of organization structure has a significant influence over decision-making process in an organization. The structure of an organization is a hierarchical arrangement of tasks and people. So this structure determines how information flows within the organization, which departments are responsible for which activities, and where the decision-making power rests. Organization structure is a composition of board of directors, the number of independent directors, the extent of professional management, and share the holding pattern. The next one is about the internal power relationship. So here, the hierarchical positions in the organization structure provide a formal authority to the managers at higher levels. The managers with more formal authority influence the policy formulation and implementation extensively. Managers should use this power along with other types of power to make their influence efficient. The next factor is the human resources. Human resources is the division of a business that is charged with finding, screening, recruiting, and training the job applicants as well as administering the employee benefit programs. The human resource environment is a part of a social environment which includes the concept on the viewpoints, the work culture, the attitudes, efficiency, skills, productivity, nature, and behavior of the human resources. So here, the employees' demand and supply is a major fact. Motivational aspect, compensation methods, and industrial relations are concerned with the HR practices. The last one under internal environment is all about the corporate image or the company image. So the company image or a corporate image is always referred as the reputation of the company in the marketplace or how others view it from outside the company. Corporate image or reputation describes the manner in which a company, its activities and its products or services are perceived by the outsiders. On the contrary to internal factors, the external elements are affecting factors outside and under no control of the company. Considering the outside environment allows the businessmen to take suitable adjustments to their marketing plan to make it more adaptable to the external environment. The external environment is further classified into two types of environment: microenvironment and macroenvironment. Various experts have defined microenvironment and macroenvironment in different ways. According to Charles Hill and Gareth Jones, a company's microenvironment consists of elements that directly affect the company, such as competitors, customers, and suppliers. And Philip Kotler has defined microenvironment as it consists of the actors in the company's immediate environment that affects the performance of the company. These includes the suppliers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, customers, and the public. Hence, the microenvironment refers to the environment comprising of all the actors of the organization's immediate environment which influence the performance of the company as they have a direct bearing on the firm's regular business operations. The microenvironment is popularly referred to as task environment or the operating environment. According to Hill and Jones, the macro environment consists of the broader economic, social, demographic, political, legal, and technological setting within which the industry and the company are placed. Elbing defines macro environment is the indirect action environment, as it may not have an immediate direct effect on the operations but nevertheless have an influence. So macro environment is a type of external business environment in which the firm and its micro environmental forces exist, which gives the opportunities or pose the threats to the firm. It comprises of the elements which are uncontrollable, dynamic and unpredictable in nature. So to conclude, an organization must understand the basic ingredients of its environment properly. Managers must have a deep understanding and appreciation of the environment in which they and their organization is functioning. There is a bunch of contributing factors, the success of the company, which comes from both outside and inside a business, either outside or inside factors. They are of utmost importance for the development of the company. If a business hopes to perform smoothly and successfully, they need to take all the elements into consideration before making any decision. Thank you. Have a nice day.